breath, get grounded. Here we go. Welcome to Trigger Warnings, where I share and maybe you get triggered, because I know I am. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know. This feels weird and awkward, but here we go. Let's see. What do I want to share? I don't know. I guess I'm angry right now. Some people are very opinionated, and that's okay. I don't fault anyone. Everyone has opinions, and in this country, apparently we have free speech, so people are allowed to share their opinions. But just because free speech and we're allowed and opinions are okay doesn't necessarily mean that they need to be shared, And I guess as I'm sharing that, I'm just reminded of how important it is to have wisdom in that situation. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a gray area, right? So many things are gray areas, but where's the line? Where does it fall of, I don't want to be too concerned with how what I'm saying might affect another person. So yay, good for you. But also considering the other person in regards to sharing an opinion, And I recognize that right now I'm kind of speaking in generalities instead of getting to the topic or diving deep into the real situation that's spurring on what caused this soliloquy, if you will. I don't know, there's a lot of things kind of tossing around in my head. I realize that I've started to share some of these things. And when I start putting my thoughts and opinions, my heart, my life, everything else in a public forum, it's public, People will talk, people will say things. And the truth is, I've had people who've commented not very kind things to some of the things that I've already shared. And you know what? They're allowed to, but I don't have to respond. I don't have to allow that stuff, and I'm not going to. And so yeah, I think that's kind of where the righteous anger is kind of stirring up, and those things have very little to do with why I am communicating right now. It's a family situation that happened. Welcome. If you've been listening or following along at all, it is a pretty large trigger for me. Now, that may be normal for other people too, but I just know me because I'm me, and I have lived in my body for the entirety of my life. And everyone's got their quirks, I get it, but honestly, it's when you start rubbing up against someone else's quirks, man, it's slow your roll, buddy. And I've got some very opinionated people in my family, and they don't care how it might affect another person or not. Which I know, as I've grown up, has definitely affected how I have grown into myself. Especially this fear, I guess, of constantly being judged and criticized for the things that I do or don't do. because someone in my family will tell me. And it's not, I guess if I could say anything to you specifically, it's not helpful. I know you might think you might be helping, but it's not. And maybe it might be best to even start with that, if I could recommend. Hey, I've noticed, I'm wondering if it's okay if I share some of my thoughts or the things that I've noticed about the situation. That kind of softens it a little bit instead of just, bleh, here's my thoughts and opinions. But, you know, I think a lot of what I'm observing is it's connected to communication and how we communicate, and everyone communicates differently. I'm not going to say that I am an expert by any means at all, but I did take a lot of courses in communication, and I kind of nerd out on that stuff. So there's a way to communicate. So I don't know. This rant is probably over. Just something that's kind of been tossing around in my head. And I don't know. I don't feel if it's necessary to even go into the full details of it. The he said, she said, this is what they said, this is what I'm blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just opinions. Opinions are good. Opinions are fine. It's great to have them. But I think, I don't know. I think, like I said, it gets gray, it gets muddy, right? But I think there's wisdom in deciding if it's okay or best to share at all. So I think I'm just gonna leave that there. It's getting louder on me and kind of dark. So yeah, thanks for the rambles, listening to them. I don't know. Hopefully you aren't triggered. Tune in another time when I have something else to share. I don't know. Have a good day.